Hello there people, this is Bruce Cool or nintenbruce here, back again with another deck recipe for Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Decade Duels Plus. And I do hope to make a variant of this deck for the current game, so i.e. current ban list, current cards, etc, etc, as I've barely seen anyone make this sort of deck, especially play with this beastie. I don't think anyone's played it ever in my lifetime of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyway. So, without any further ado, Change of Heart deck. As the name implies, it is like the spell card which was banned ages ago and is never going to appear in the game ever. It's all about taking your opponent's monsters and just dealing out a huge ton of damage, if not going for the one turn kill, which is very, very possible with this deck. So let's go through the monsters as per usual and then the spells and traps, and we'll just go from there. So starting off, 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. Might seem a bit much in terms of tributes, but besides being a complete beast of a card, the main thing for it is to be used as payment for Reshef, the Dark Being. Blue Eyes White Dragon is 8 stars, Reshef is 8 stars, so when doing the tribute for the ritual card, you're going to want to aim for this. But it can be found in many number of ways, whether it be with the Whitestone Legend, or with Foolish Burial, to which you can then do Monster Reborn, or the Swing of Memories. This has a lot of things you can do with it, and there's a few more cards which I'll go through as well to go in combination with it. 1 Chaos Sorcerer, as with any deck which runs light and darks, you're going to want to whack one of these in there. Cyber Dragon to get a monster out on the field. Dandylion, again to put monsters out on the field really, or to save you for a little bit. 3 Honests. Now, for those of you thinking, well, Bruce, you've got a few darks in here, this does have a lot of light monsters in it, and usually when you're going to use it, it's on a powerful beast like Blue Eyes White Dragon or Reshef the Dark Being. So definitely don't be shy with the Honests, use it, and remember you can even put it to the field, attack with it, and put it back to your hand if you really wanted to. 2 Krebons. Not many decks that I use with Krebons, but here we are. This is to save you if you do have a rubbish hand, but also this is going a bit synchro heavy, so Krebons works perfectly in this deck, especially with emergency teleport, and remember you can pay 800 life points just to negate an opponent's attack. So beautiful little card there. As with any ritual deck, you're going to be wanting to run 3 Manju of the 10,000 hands here. So again, another light monster if you want to use it with Honest. But yeah, beautiful card. Search for that Reshef and advanced ritual art as soon as possible. 1 Plaguespreader Zombie, a Sangan, 2 of the Whitestone of Legend. 3 is definitely a bit much considering you could be drawing into a Blue Eyes at any point, and there's not a lot other than Pot of Avarice to just put Blue Eyes back in the deck. In fact, is there even a Pot of Avarice in here? No, there's not even a Pot of Avarice, so definitely just run 2 of these. My mistake there, I forgot what my deck had inside it. But also, remember with the Whitestone Legend, for those of you not too au fait with it, is as soon as this goes to the graveyard, you can just get a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand. So whether that be this going from the deck to the grave, or from the hand to the grave, or even from the field to the grave, you're going to get its effect. So beautiful, beautiful little card. 3 Tragoedia, again saves you with those rubbish hands, but also its other effect where it can take an opponent's monster is brilliant. So other than 7 stars, I believe you've got a lot of other ranks in here anyway. So remember, take control of your opponent's monster, use that as part of the ritual summon, and remember, even if you can't ritual summon with it or tribute it that turn, it doesn't matter because you keep that monster forever until it's removed from the field. So yeah, Tragoedia, beautiful, beautiful card for this deck. And then we have 3 of the main beastie, Reshef the Dark Being. So its effect, discard a spell card and you take control of any one of your opponent's monsters. You can use it only once per turn, which is fair enough, otherwise that would be ridiculous, but it's just like Change of Heart in a way where it doesn't matter whether it's face up or face down, you just take the monster for the turn, do what you like with it, even attack with it, and yeah, go from there. Now, the only downside with Reshef is its attack and defense is quite poor for an 8 star, but its effect more than makes up for that. And like I say, you're going to be wanting to go for game or do a lot of heavy damage and make sure you can go for game next turn. So don't lose sight of that. Now going into the spells, Advanced Ritual Art, obviously aim for Blue Eyes and summon out Reshef when you can. 1 Brain Control, an emergency teleport because you do run the Krebons in here. Even if you have run out of Krebons to use this on, you can use this spell as payment for Reshef the Dark Being, so remember that. 2 of the final Ritual of the Ancients. This is the ritual card for Reshef the Dark Being, so besides Advanced Ritual Art, you're going to want to aim for this. 2 Foolish Burials. Again, you can use this for quite a lot of monsters in your deck, whether it be for Dandylion or the White Stone of Legend primarily. You can even use it on Blue Eyes and then either Monster Born it or Swing of Memories it. There's a lot of things you can aim for with this card, so definitely run 2 of these. Going into a few staples now, so Giant Trunade, Heavy Storm, Monster Born and Mystical Space Typhoon. And then we've also got the Swing of Memories that I was talking about. So its effect, special summon 1 normal monster from your graveyard and it's destroyed at the end phase of the turn. So you can still attack with it or tribute it or do anything else you like with it really. And it's obvious you're going to be aiming for the Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then 2 trade-ins as well. So you can use that for Blue Eyes or Reshef the Dark Being if you had to. But even if you had no targets for trading, again you can use it as for the 4 Reshef's effect. So notice there are 14 spells here, it's quite a beastly amount of spells and it's all because of Reshef's effect. You must have a lot of spells in this sort of deck. With that we've only got 2 traps, so 2 Royal Decrees, goes without saying, and obviously negates your opponent's traps as well. So that's going to give you a clear run with Reshef and Blue Eyes White Dragon all in one if you had that on the field. So that's the main deck. I haven't really had a need to change into the side deck that often, but just in case you wanted to. Monster wise, you've got Dark Arm Dragon because you've got a few other dark monsters in this side deck as well to use. Krebons. Dark wise, we have Snipe Hunter and Spirit Reaper. If for some odd reason you're constantly getting bodged hands, you could put Morphing Jar in there if you wanted to. We've only got 1 Allure of Darkness here because even if you're siding in all this lot, you're probably not going to be wanting to get rid of your dark monsters that often. So just run 1 of those. A Card Destruction, 2 Swing of Memories if you're going to be focusing on the Blue Eyes in the graveyard. Now trap wise, I'd only change these for the 2 Royal Decrees, so rather put a pair of cards for the Royal Decrees. So if you know what the opponent's drawing more often than not, then swap your 2 Royal Decrees for 2 Mind Crush. Or you can swap the 2 Royal Decrees for Mirror Force and Torrential Tribute, or use any other combination above with Return from the different dimension if you're bumping into a Remove from Play deck. And then if you know the opponent is trap heavy, then take out either a trade-in or, I wouldn't want to say Foolish Burial, but use the spell you want to get rid of that you think is more useless to you and swap it for another Royal Decree. So that is the side deck. Extra deck, the only real change compared to my other decks here is running Ancient Sacred Wyvern. The White Stone Legend is a light tuner, so it can be used with this, but other than that, it's a pretty basic extra deck rather there. And then you got the Chimeratech Fortress Dragon because, you know, you never know. So that is the Change of Heart deck. For those of you willing to give it a whirl, definitely give it its time. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's an original little deck, like I've said already. I haven't seen anyone use Reshef the Dark Being ever before, and obviously pop your comments and thoughts in the section below. Let me know what you think to it all. Hopefully good things, as it is an original little deck and people would be taken by surprise by it. So until next time guys, you take care and I will see you again soon.